What up, guys? This is Crew Jonathan over at Muay Thai. So I was asking some of my coaches today when we were doing some recording. I was like, hey, what's one thing that we hear from a lot of beginner students? And a lot of things they were talking about was like, especially for like Ventura where we're at, there's a lot of boxers that are here. So people are always thinking about either punching, that Muay Thai is a lot of boxing, or they're thinking about it as like karate. And those are two completely different arts in Muay Thai. Sure, we wear boxing gloves like you do in boxing, and we kick. Okay, it's not the same style kicks that you see in karate, but it's stuff that you're gonna see regardless. And if you're not trained in Muay Thai, you're gonna be like, hey, that's karate. But there is a difference. So one of the things I want to kind of go over in this series is we're gonna be talking about our ranges. All right. So in Muay Thai, one thing about it, you have 5 ranges. You have like a punch range. You have an elbow range, a little bit closer to like a knee range. Knee range is very similar to like a punch range. And you have your kick range. And your kicks are going to vary depending on which one you're throwing. And then you have your clinching range. That's like where somebody's grabbing you and stuff too. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over first just our punching range. So when we're here, you think about punching range, you have my jab. So the thing is, when we're in Muay Thai, our stance is a little bit different because what we're trying to protect is here in the middle. So we're trying to guarding, all right? Different than like boxing, you'll see boxing more like they're trying to make their body as small as possible. Because in Muay Thai, we have to defend the whole body, all right? So our hands are up high. When we're setting up for our punch range, you want to see when I throw my jab, I don't really step in, all right? I don't want to give away my base. So when I'm here, I'm usually throwing my punches, boom, straight from here. They're nice and long, all right? Oh, when I throw my punches, I keep my legs relatively straight, all right? I might bend the front knee a little bit on my cross, all right? But the reason for this, we want to stay out here in this punch range if you want to be in this punch range, all right? Coincidentally, this is also my front teep range, all right? Or your lead teep, some might call it. That's the what teep is coming from the front leg. You can see from here, I can throw my jab, or I can throw my front teep, same range. But my rear teep's not going to work here, I'm too close. You can see my knee gets jammed up here, all right? This range as well, you can also throw your body kick from here, your rear body kick. But if I threw like my lead body kick here from like a standing still position here, I end up hitting my foot. And that's not what you want to do in Muay Thai. All right, so there's that more punch range. You can also set up for a knee from here. All right, but if you're about half step in, all right, if you're down here, half step in, I can really send that in. So half step in, cool, my knee range is really good. With my rear knee, all right, I could do the same if I switch my stance. Boom, set up for my knee from there. All right, so I have punch range, okay, half step in, rear knee range. You can see I can't really hit my elbow here yet, all right, on the back. But if I take that step in, okay, then we're in that more elbow range. And we still have knees here. There's not really straight knees, more round knees, okay, or boom, thrust knees. All right, a little bit different technique than like a regular straight knee from the outside. All right. Also from this range, from this knee range, that's where we're going to be using that standstill lead body kick. Boom. All right, that's where we're going to be hitting our shin. Just a general idea. Okay, here, notice if I'm punching a little bit too close, I can still throw my hooks from here though. Boom. So when we say punch range, you want to think of it more straight punching range. You can still throw long hooks from here, longer uppercuts, all right, but you want to keep about this range here, because if I'm in here throwing hooks, all right, I can also be elbowed. And in Muay Thai, for like self-defense and for sport, thing is, usually I'm going to want to hit with my elbow, whether it be in self-defense or in sport. The reason being is in sport Muay Thai, when you're fighting combat sports, you're wearing gloves. Even if they're wearing like the MMA gloves, they're wearing gloves. Your elbow is never protected. There's not wearing padding on there. All right, so you can hit with that. All right, so I would always prefer to use my elbow or using my hands. Also, from a self-defense situation, your hands are much easier to hurt than your elbows are. Okay, so you always want to prefer to hit with the elbow over your hands. All right, check out some of my other beginner videos and you can see some of the stuff where I talk about boxers breaks and stuff too. All right, other range we have, but we have a clinch range. So clinch range, it's up close. All right, sometimes we bring our hips out to be able to set for our thrust knees, our round knees, our elbows, all that different stuff from here. So we're in our clinch stance. That's where we're sandwiched together. All right, you never really want to have space here unless you're striking. You always want to be in. All right. I actually read on the book. Josh, what's that book called with Miyamoto Musashi? It's the Book of Five Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was talking about infighting. So if you guys don't know who Miyamoto Musashi is, he was actually supposed to be like one of the best samurai in feudal Japan, and he was talking about infighting. He's like, you have to be in like 2 pieces of paper glued to each other. And don't be in between, because if you're in between, you're gonna get caught with something. You're gonna die. Because I was talking about swordsmanship. So you wanna stick to them. If you're in, be in. If you're not, you're gonna be hitting here. That's where those hooks come into play. Elbows, okay? The knees. Slide back out. You have a rear bottom kick. You have your front teep. Okay? You're not gonna be throwing punches from you unless they step towards you in that range. All right? So understanding those ranges are very important because I'm not gonna lunge in here and lose my legs. Now I can't throw my rear body kick when I throw the punch. I'm too close. My knee, I can knee here, but it's not good. I can't defend. I want to make sure I don't put more offense and not be able to defend myself. Okay, there is argument having the best defense is a good offense, but the thing is if you're losing your offensive base, then it's not worth it. Okay, unless you're like somebody who's been doing it for a long time and understands those risks and rewards. There's some people that do get away with it, and those are some of the people that are at the top of their sport, and they don't always get away with it, guys. All right, they get away with it. You see on the highlight reels. All right, so just remember those basic rules: straight punching range, half step. Okay, you step for your full knee range. All right, you can step for the knees from here too. You got the balance for it. Half step in, step for the elbow range, and we have a clinch range. Okay, so those 4 or 5 ranges that we have in Muay Thai are very important. Something for beginner students. I think it's really important for you to learn how to gauge that on the back. All right, it's like, hey, front teep range. Hey, I'm back here. I'm at back teep range. Look how far away that is. Boom, from here. There's no way in hell I can hit a round kick from here without stepping in. Sending my front teep. Look here, not landing. Back teep, can touch, no problem. I can punch here, but I still use that back leg. All right? But that's gonna be it for today, guys. Super simple video, but those ranges are so important. If you need to put some tape down on the ground in those 4 spots, find out what those ranges are for you, and this is gonna be different for everybody. My instructor, Knockweed, used to always tell me, like, hey, when you watch 2 people fighting, only those 2 people know each other's ranges. And you're only gonna learn it by fighting each other or sparring with each other. Only, this person knows how long my legs are, how long my arms are, how long my knee is, right? How strong I am in clinching. Somebody watching, you can't really tell. Only those 2 people who are fighting are gonna know each other's ranges and they're gonna be able to learn it and to adjust, all right? You can always plan for other people, but you never really understand it until you're in it. All right, so only those 2 people know about their ranges. All right, so it's very important for you to understand your own ranges in order to understand others. So when you come into sparring, self-defense, it allows you to better understand those ranges, and it's gonna allow you to better defend yourself and to attack when necessary, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you guys are on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. My Instagram, TikTok followers, don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure to follow us if you're not already following us. We have a ton of free content out there. Definitely check it out. And we're looking forward to the next one. Swadee Kap.